Hi, my name's Veitsknight, and this is a slice of my life. I'm not sure how that's gonna stick. The name of this show is Slice of Life, so I guess that's how I'm gonna do the intro from now on. Um, so this week I moved the TV here into my room. I've been living alone for the past month and a half now, and the TV we had over there through that window has been useless basically. So I thought, hey, why not bring it in? That way I can play my PS4 and use my PS4 and play it there. Before the TV got into the room, I used to play the PS4 on this lovely monitor, which I had for God knows how long. The only problem is this is also where I play my computer on. So I switch between the two, and it's fine most of the time, but sometimes when I'm on the PS4 I have the urge to jump to a YouTube video a or a movie stream or watch a movie or something. um that was fine before because I had two monitors, one small one, but it died. Oh, so what happens now is that I've been switching between the PC and PS4, and whenever I'm on the PS4, I use my phone to watch videos. That was fine until a couple weeks ago when my phone had an accident. It fell into the toilet. Um, Luckily there was no shit in the toilet. What happened was I was in the shower. I woke up earlier than expected. Took a bath. Brought my phone in. Uh, Placed it on the shelf, and then the alarm went off. I forgot that I set it on vibrate as well. I thought it was just the sound, but it was on vibrate, and it inched slowly until it over the edge, and then it fell, and psh, so it got wet. It's fine. It no, it's not fine. It was dead for a few days. It won't charge. It didn't turn on. I thought it was done for. I actually brought it into a shop to get it fixed, but it they told me it would cost 14,000. I decided to just not have a phone, but luckily after a few days it started to hold the charge. I turned it on, the battery was draining like there was no tomorrow. Even when plugged in and on, the battery would go down, and then the camera was fogged up because there was water in the system. Um, it still worked. It just did not hold the charge. I had my power bank with me all the time, to make it last 8 hours. It that state did not last long. The phone is fine. It works. It now does not need to be constantly plugged in. The only thing is that the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth does not work. So that means if I'm at home, I'm playing my PS4, and I want to watch a video, I'm gonna have to use my data, which is not a lot, so I don't want to do it. To remedy that situation, so the TV is here now. I play my PS4 there and watch videos here. Yeah. Um, if you can see, my room's pretty much small, so there's not a lot of space. The TV is actually on the foot of my bed. The problem there is that bed, the foot of the bed and the wall, there's a gap between it, about this big. And sometimes, not sometimes, it actually happened once. The TV was in a place where it tipped, it was in a place where it was easily tipped over, and it did. The TV's fine; it didn't break. The problem there was that I had the Chromecast thing still plugged on the back, so the TV tipped over, hit the wall. The Chromecast was on it. It snapped off, like really snapped off. If I should have took a picture, but the Let me see if I can find. No, the thing you plug into the HDMI port was still in the HDMI port, but the rest of the thing was gone. So I had to pry it out with pliers. I actually thought I broke the port because I needed to muscle muscle it out. But luckily it still works, so I'm playing my PS4 there. The loss of the Chromecast was not that big of a deal to me. Um, I didn't use it, but my family does. Since I'm alone, not that big of a problem. But sometimes they do come over. Like later today, they're coming over because it's my mom's birthday. So they won't have a TV to watch on. Luckily, Globe sent me this. Uh, oh, it's called a Stream Watch. I actually thought they were sending me a watch, but whatever. This thing is a Roku stick. If you're not, it makes a not smart TV act like a smart TV. It gives it Netflix and YouTube. It's not as good as Chromecast because Chromecast uses all the apps on your phone, while this has very is very limited. One of my major streaming service is iFlix. I can't do that with this, but it does have Netflix and YouTube, which is two of the biggest things I use as well. So it's fine. My family's gonna be good with this. Another thing that happened to me this week was that I got a rice cooker. My old one was not broken per se, but it was burning a lot of rice. Mm, it was it it it's come to a point where um it's burning a lot of rice. I'm currently at a point in time with my money budget thing where I can't afford burning rice. So I got a new one, and it was cheap, 700 pesos, but it also functions as a steamer. So it has this little thing on top that you can use as a steamer, and as a very lazy person, I'm using it to cook my food as well. So when I make rice, I put sausages on top of the streamer thing, or um chicken, and the rice cooks the food. So I don't need to spend time on the kitchen preparing food, taking time away from games. So yeah, it's very efficient. I'm not doing it in for a health reasons. God knows I'm not that type of person. So it's just efficient. It gives me more time to play. Um, the only thing is, and I've known that this would be a problem because I had back when I was boxing and doing marathons and shit. I had I was on a very um healthy diet, and I really hated steamed food. Streaming food would be nice. Like, hey guys, I want to download a pizza. Anyway, um, so I just need to work on how the sausages are fine because um you don't really need to add additional flavor. Everything is in the case, if sausage case, if you know what I mean. But with chicken, you're basically eating air. So I need to work on how to make it better. So that's that. Um, I yesterday I went out with a few friends to watch Ready Player One. I was supposed to go out with the people at Cyrus Gaming. They're the ones who invited me to the movie, but there was some miscommunication, and we were not able to set up. My ticket was not part of their budget. So what happened was I went out with a different group of friends for the same movie. Luckily, these group of friends were people I actually bond with the most. We share a lot of the same sensibilities. So yeah. So the people I got to go out with was Vincent, Yuki, Mickey, and Dutz. Mickey and Dutz specifically, I haven't uh spent time with them lately as much as I would like to. Normally, we do hang out every week for RP. Uh, but with my new job, my job took place of so RP happens every Friday. So my new job I work Fridays, so I can't really hang out with them. So yeah, I miss them. I miss hanging out with them, and yesterday was just so much fun. After work, I did a little overtime, mainly because I needed to get shit done. And then I met them in the bookstore. If you remember last week's episode, a lot of what happened last week happened in the bookstore. So yeah, you get an idea of what my friends are like. So yeah. So we met in the bookstore. They were there for quite some time already, and by the time I got there, they were deciding on getting a book. Mickey had in her hand, actually was embracing a hardbound book by I'm gonna guess because I didn't see it properly. Brian Sanderson. I remember BR, but I might have been looking at the shelf, not the book. So if I'm wrong, she'll let me know. It was a hardbound book which she loves, and the main reason why she wanted it, or at least from what she told me about, was it had art inside, and she wanted it but did not know if she needed it. So what we did was left it to the gods and flipped a coin. That did not turn out the way I wanted it to be, and yeah, it did not turn out the way she wanted it to be as well. Since the coin, the fate, and the gods told her that she did not need the book right now. So we left the bookstore. She was sad, but we ended up meeting Yuki, who was waiting for Vincent, and we talked about the movie that we were watching. I said movies because back when we planned this 3 weeks ago, it was supposed to be a marathon of three movies. So that would be Ready Player One, Pacific Rim, Uprising, and I Kill Giants. I'm not sure about the third one. Didn't know about the third one. But yeah, it was supposed to be a marathon. So yesterday we only wanted to watch the one Ready Player One, and I asked why we weren't doing a marathon, and the answer was I was part of the answer because it was Vincent, Dutz, and me. We just came off work, and we if we watch a second movie, we would not enjoy it to the fullest. Matod pang Mickey, sayang kayo ang 200 nga magasto. So according to Mickey, it would be a waste of money for us to spend 200 on a movie that we might not fully enjoy. So yeah, we stuck with just the one movie, and then it was good. We also talked about the which would give us more entertainment value. Like if we were to watch Pacific Rim, because Yuki said she wanted to watch it as well, but and we while we were watching Ready Player One, we talked about how Ready Player One was mainly a popcorn movie, according to the director. It's not something you talk about, you watch with and discuss the merits and values of it. I mean, it's an action movie. It's a blockbuster in a sense. But the same argument can be given to Pacific Rim, according to Mickey, because it's essentially giant robots punching giant monsters. Even if the movie is the brainchild of Guillermo del Toro, who is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful director. Shape of Water was one of my favorite movies last year. Um, it's still basically a movie about giant robots punching giant monsters. So yeah. Mickey then said that if you wanted to watch a robot movie with substance or anything robot related with substance, then go watch um, Gundam. This was funny then, and it was funny later that day because spoilers, Gundam actually was a part of the Ready Player One movie. Speaking of the movie, I love it very much. It's a 8.5, maybe 9 out of 10 for me, and it won't be loved by everyone. I'm gonna say that right now. Um, Ready Player One reminds me of when Scott Pilgrim versus the World came out all those years ago. This Scott Pilgrim is one of my top favorite movies. I watch it every day. I quote it to anyone who would understand the reference. So I am in lesbians with you is something I use a lot. But yeah, um, Scott Pilgrim versus the World was wonderful. It was well done. The direction was well made. The characters were all enjoyable. The story was amazing, but a lot of the charm of that movie was um would fly over the heads of anyone who's not into nerd culture. And the same can be said for Ready Player One. It's pretty much a targeted movie, and um but the story itself is easy to follow. The through lines there. There's enough mystery to keep viewers engaged throughout the movie. But even if when you watch it as someone who's not into 80s pop culture, not into gaming, um, it won't have the same effect it had on you. There are things there that talk to gamers um really well, like how in this age of the internet you can have a best friend, someone who knows you in and out, and you haven't met them in real life. You don't even know if they're really a dude or they're really a girl, or there's some 30-year-old fat fuck in a garage named Chuck. So yeah, but you still connect with them because you've shared experiences in this world, in that world, and that experience still matters to, not still, it matters. And then it also talks about how a lot of people, especially in the movie, use the virtual as a way to escape how bad reality is, while not as drastic. We do that. It's a lot of people game because it's a way for them to escape, and I can say that I do that as well. I know a lot of people who do. Because life is hard. So um we tend to gravitate to situations and experiences that make us feel more alive, and that's gaming for a lot of people, and it is the virtual for the most of the, if not all the people in Ready Player One. And other than that, there's a lot of, so the movie is about Easter eggs, and there's a lot of Easter eggs in Ready Player One. Every scene, I'm not sure if there's one scene where you can point out something else. And then there's this one reference, and I have to say it's my favorite in the movie. I'm not gonna go into specifics, but they were able to recreate not what essentially one movie was about. Um, Even the set piece, if you put that movie and that scene from Ready Player One together, it would be identical. It's so beautiful, and then the the genre that movie was in is so different from what Ready Player One is, but they incorporated it in a way that, so they made a not funny action comedy movie work well in an action comedy setting. And uh, it I don't know if it was because of how it was because of the reference itself, but it was really well made. I talked to a lot of people about this, and they feel the same way. They really love that scene, and I if I were to watch it, if I were to watch Ready Player One again, it would be mainly for that scene and finding other references. If you're not into pop culture, if you're not into nerd nerd culture or gaming in general, the movie you can still enjoy the movie. But there will be instances if you're gonna watch it in theater where someone would react to something on screen and you won't know what it is about. And the thing about my group of friends, specifically the group of friends I was with when it came to that movie. So you have the I'm not gonna say the anime nerd, the book nerd, the comic nerd, the movie nerd, and so the pop cultures, everything. It was like everything was covered. There was one scene where okay, I was watching the movie, and then I saw something. I normally talk to Mickey because I'm nuts because I haven't talked to them in a while. I leaned to Mickey and then oh, wait, she's not gonna get this. I'm gonna go to the other side. Hey Vince, do you know that? It was actually very fun for me, and there's also another thing that made the movie fun is what we do. A thing we do. Um, we look for ourselves in the movie. So we're a group that have been role playing for 6 years now. So we all have our archetypes. Like Mickey is always the animal loving healer. I am the very capable but very timid adventurer. I don't. Everything I do must be. I need to know everything before I do something. So at times I don't do anything at all, and it infuriates my dungeon master. But whatever. Dutz is the guy who wants to mess things up, be it for fun or anything. He's a douche. Character, not him. Well, the character. Um, Benson is always gonna be the weird guy, and we have this guy who's a lot. He's always good in everything he does. Everything has to be. He's our lawful good guy. And then there's Mike, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Mike. He's our munchkin, and everything he does is min max, and he his characters are so are caught up in the delusion that they're always the main character. And there's this guy in the movie. I'm not gonna say who it is, but it reminds him so much of Mike. And then they even have the same character name. It's so funny. So yeah, I really love the movie, and I hope you guys will watch it in the theater with a group of friends because that's how that movie is meant to be watched. And that's it for me. Goodbye.